Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Do you desire to belong to a community of unity? Visit KOGpassion.com to learn more about the Unleash Your Dopeness movement. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463.
What's up? That was a pause. It's me, man. Kalen Laws, a.k.a. Senor Wapo 713. You can follow me on all social media outlets at that handle. Welcome to G is for Gents. Listen, we are super excited to be here with you. I got my friend, my family member, my brother, B. What up, man?
Hey, you know what it is. This is your boy Brandon Montgomery, Real B Mont. You can hit me on IG just at Real B MONT. This show finna be a breeze. Not that.
That was my
not that kind of breeze.
That wasn't a breeze. That was just hot, bro. I'm sorry, it wasn't that hot.
Yeah.
So listen, I'm crazy excited, man. And happy.
Hey, you look rather nice today, sir.
Listen, brother, you look kind of dapper yourself, young fella.
That. I feel like it's time for us to step it up. The new year isn't here, but we gotta start practicing what we want to be and not waiting for it to get here. So
listen, man, I totally agree with you. You know, we gotta look the part, and I think that there are so many. Well, not that I think, but I know there are so many elements to menswear and elements to style that I want to make sure that we always show kind of. Different looks, different pieces, different phases. And today, you had a great idea, man. Let's just come suited and booted. Let's come dapper down. Yeah. Throw a little headgear on. And let people know that we are about this total style thing.
Totality.
Not just dressed down in some dope tees and a pair of fantastically fitted denim, but we can really put it together on all levels. I can't wait to the end of the year when we pull them tuxes out, man. They really not ready.
As a matter of fact, you just gave me a great idea, but I feel like I've been doing, the viewers a disservice. I've been coming in here and, my tees and my hats and, what I'm saying. So it's time to really show them what we're actually capable of, because we know our style. We know we can dress.
Yeah.
But that hasn't always been portrayed on the screen. So
I think it has, man. Because everybody's at different levels. So you don't always I think it's imperative that we don't always show the top of the top, because some days we just don't feel like it. But it's still a way to wear that T-shirt and those jeans and them icy white sneakers and a dope dad hat, and when you kill it, right, it's still a way to confidently pull it off and portray that. And I think you've been in that space, man.
So here's what we should do. I feel like whether during Thanksgiving or around Christmas time, we should have a G's to Gents live podcast and food drive or something specific going to a shelter or somebody that's been affected from whether Hurricane Harvey or if it's a children's home or something where we invite all our friends and family to come out and have some good fun with us.
Yeah. So we can make that happen, man. It's easy. That's easy. So we'll talk to management.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. We'll talk to management and figure that thing out.
Yeah.
Speaking of hurricanes, we want to give all of our shout outs, our condolences, our thoughts, prayers, and everything to the folks over in Florida and in the eastern part of the Gulf and in the Atlantic who were really slammed by Irma, man. You know?
Yeah.
We literally know what that feels like. We
yeah.
literally understand.
And honestly, man, I did not know it was as bad as it was in Florida. And forgive my ignorance, but to everybody that has family members in Florida, you may be from that area. We here in Texas know exactly how you feel, what you're going through, and we don't want to take your experience lightly just because we're still suffering or going through things here. Like, when you suffer, we suffer with you. So
listen,
our thoughts and prayers are definitely
as soon as Irma hit, I put on Facebook and on Instagram, I said, Houston is praying for Florida, because we understand we brothers in this thing, man.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna get it together, man. You're gonna rebuild, and that beautiful state will shine like never before.
Yes, sir.
Man. We'll be
Yes,
back
sir.
on South Beach. You'll be back in
Here.
Orlando.
Here.
You'll be in Tampa. On the yachts and getting some
Or,
good fishing. At the
Tampa's
golf
real
course.
big for guava wing now. I don't know if you know about
Well,
guava wing.
absolutely. Or
All right.
the world class golf courses will. That's your thing. The world class golf courses in Florida, they will come back, man. So here, G's for Gents, we're praying for all of our Floridian brothers and everybody on the Gulf that was affected, because Atlanta had 18,000 people without power.
Unbelievable, right? I
You
was
know.
I was on the phone with some friends today, and they
Yeah.
were telling me they just got power. I was like, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
Exactly. It hit parts of it went as far north as the Carolinas.
Yeah.
Getting crazy rain. So we just, in this storm season, man, everybody's going through, but listen, to God be the glory, and you will make it over.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay, so let's dive in, man. It's a particularly fun time of year for us, and for me in particular, because it's New York Fashion Week. It ended today, actually. It ends this evening, and we can't have a show, a G is for Gentlemen show, without speaking about Fashion Week. And just so you know, Fashion Week is an expose of different designers from all over the world who want to put on their new collections, and it's a season out. So right now, all of the designers are presenting their spring summer 2018 looks, what's going to hit the shelves in around December or January for the spring summer, right? And so there are a lot of things to look forward to. It's kind of been separated here a few years, in that for the past few years, rather, in that Men's Fashion Week is now in its third year, and that generally showcases in July. And so in the fall and in the winter is kind of dominated by women's wear. I mean, the fashion industry is dominated by women. It's one of the few industries around this world that is dominated by women. Unfortunately, but it is dominated in that regard. But there are still some people making some good waves, man, and some good news. In fact, it has been reported, man, by Billboard.com, that kind of a lot of the fashion insiders and the fashion elite and gurus have breathed a sigh of relief, because Kanye.
Here you go.
Yeah, Kanye was going to cancel his Yeezy season 6. So he was slated to present another presentation, season 6. He calls them different seasons. But people weren't hearing anything. They didn't know what was going on, and the rumors kind of got out that he's going to cancel it. And a lot of people were excited about that. Very interesting, because it was originally slated for September 13th, right? But people were just really, really, because of what he's done in the past and kind of how he's moved through Fashion Week and how he didn't play by the rules. People were excited. So let's kind of take a little history back about his Fashion Weeks. Okay, he debuted in first at New York Fashion Week in 2015 February. Right. But it's been kind of this issue that he doesn't schedule his shows through the proper channels, so it kind of leads to a bunch of conflicts in scheduling. People, he's Kanye, so he's going to draw a big crowd. Right. He's going to draw a lot of people because he's an international megastar. And so when you don't do it through the proper channels, it kind of conflicts with other really dope designers who are trying to get their rocks off and show their collections, right?
Right.
And so he also has been known to demand kind of according to this article on Billboard, demand a time commitment of a couple of hours for the people who are coming to see him. Like, they gotta wait a few. Like, fashion shows are really short.
Well, I also remember not even just for the people who are coming to see him, but also for the models that are actually in his show.
Right.
There has been several instances where models have passed out, where or other different things have happened during the course of the show, while just standing there for hours at a time. Because a lot of times Kanye doesn't have, like we all know, he doesn't have a traditional show.
Right.
And so a lot of the models They're standing there. They're doing big. Who wouldn't want to be in a Kanye show? Who
Right?
wouldn't want
Yeah,
to be
it's
in
kind like I said, it's a megastar, man.
Yeah, it's on a whole nother
And
level.
what you're referencing actually, a great segue is what happened with season 4 on Roosevelt Island. A lot of the models were there so long outside in the heat, they passed out. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the models have worked and walked the runways of Fashion Week before. A lot of times you're in multiple shows that are going quickly. So you would literally have 2 hours here, and that's it. Then you gotta hop on a train or hop the Uber or do whatever to get to the next joint and to the next show to get fitted, to get makeup, and and they're paying top dollar in these things. So these models, you have models like Kendall Jenner, you have models like Tyson Beckford, you have these huge Gigi Hadid, these really huge models that are that are getting, 5 figures for a 20-minute, 30-minute show. But each designer's paying them 5 figures,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So it's something big, man. So there was speculation that he's going to show in Paris, which is where he originally first debuted his Fashion Week back in 2011, I think, and it really got a lot of bad reviews. But he's since been critically acclaimed for his shows after that. And so we just gotta wait and see, man. I'm excited because I like Kanye's stuff. But a lot of critics are saying it's getting kind of repetitive with all the monotone and the same earth tones. It kind of he may go from tan to green, from green to mustard, or you know what I'm saying, something like that. So I'm excited to see what's next. But
I feel also that is very intentional in what he's doing, because at the end of the day, Kanye understands the power of press, and he understands the power of people just talking about you, whether it's to talk about what they don't like or to talk about what they do like. At the end of the day, you're still talking about him. We've had our own conversations about Kanye and his line. And at the end of the day, though, there are a lot of people outside of the sphere of our normal day-to-day contacts, people in all over the world that love it and are rocking his gear and buying it. Clearly.
A lot of people around this world subscribe to what he's doing, right? And speaking of subscribers, we want to talk to the Facebook Live folks. We want to talk to Jesse Faza, Rico, what up, man? Melissa, what up, man? How are you? Joy Lynn, appreciate you for tuning in. Listen, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to our show on all the major platforms, including iClowns, SoundCloud, Google Play, iClowns. iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. Review our show in iTunes with constructive feedback. Give us that feedback so that we can continue to grow and bring the dope content that you are looking for.
This is only the beginning. Do not despise humble beginnings.
Listen, and we need everybody that's tuning in right now to share this Facebook Live post and the entire show with our family and friends. All right? So make sure you hit that share button, Mel, Jesse, Rico, hit the share button and donate to our mission to bring enriched and inspiring content each and every week. You can donate at www.thesphere.tv/donate. So go ahead and donate, subscribe, let your folks know you're listening to it. We want this content to get to everyone. And the age-old question back to Kanye, Brandon, is does he even care?
I don't think he does. Kanye has had to overcome so much adversity just to even get into the fashion industry. He's said countless times, countless interviews, there are a number of designers who basically closed the door in his face, and so he's had to spend his own money, take time from touring and making albums and doing a number of other things that would probably what most people would consider to be productive for him in his career, just to break into something because people said that he couldn't.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. He's a dope individual, man. He's a really, really dope guy, and it's one of those things that when you start talking about dopeness, you want to make sure that you're connected with a lot of people. He's trying to connect himself in this industry, but there's also another dope organization that sponsors this part of the show, right?
Yes.
They're called KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Unleash Your Dopeness is a people empowerment movement built to encourage the masses and to operate outside of their fears and have the gall to recklessly pursue their dreams and passions in life. Join thousands of others as we unlock the greatness that dwells inside. Shop dope gear at KOGpassion.com. I can't read today. That's KOGpassion.com. Shut up. And use coupon code DOPE! For 10% off of exclusive Unleash Your Dopeness apparel right now, because sizes are selling out fast. So let's move on, man. There's another guy who's really, really popular in the fashion game, especially as it relates to the Northeast. We talk about New York Fashion Week, and we talk about the how hip hop has infiltrated fashion and popular culture has infiltrated fashion to another degree. When you look at A$AP Rocky, when you look at A$AP Ferg, when you look at like A$AP Ferg, people don't know he actually went to design school.
I was gonna say, what would this have anything to do with the $1 Million Polo collection?
Listen, yes, it would actually. This brother by the name of Ezra Wine, man, he's gonna be taking a load off, right? Literally unloading his entire bro. The inner 90s high school kid of me is going crazy right now when I say this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The cross colors, Caleb?
Oh, no, not the cross color. The high school.
The
polo.
Duckhead and the polo.
Lolo.
And
the Lolo. So he's going to unload all of his vintage polo collection worth $1 million. Now, Ezra Wine is the guru for polo. He's known for this, man. He's been collecting it for 20 years, keeping all of his pieces. Cats go to him when they want to wear something vintage and for their video or for some sort of event. Like they really go to him and rent his stuff out, or he just show love. And so he wants to unload it, man. And it's going for $1 million. And it's really, really dope. The $1 million vintage polo collection will be on display at the Fancy Store's adjacent gallery space at 224 Mulberry Street in Soho in New York. Dates on this item range from 1987 to 1994, including the 92 Polo Bear sweater made popular that Kanye was just wearing. You know, that he loved to rock the polo. You know, it's so popular, and polo is such an iconic brand, man. Ralph Lauren to me is the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time in terms of design, in terms of American designers. Yeah. Nobody trumps him.
But I've seen him also work with people like Mike B, Chris Brown, Raekwon, Fabulous.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He's really been. I mean, he's that dude. Yeah. We're talking about Ezra Wine, so it's really cool to see that he's about to unload this collection for $1 million, man. And the pieces he said belong in it. He said he feels like the pieces belong in a museum. Because they're works of art. You know, polo was instrumental, he says, in creating the first fashion subculture, right? Mm-hmm. And what he's referring to is back in the day we used to call them low lifes, or low heads. I was really a low life. Yeah. Oh man, you couldn't. The high school, bro. The polo game was serious.
You're talking about the college dropout years.
Yeah, bro. I'm talking about with the pop collar before Kanye was doing it. Well, I shouldn't say before he was doing it because he's older than us, but before it became mainstream and you saw him doing it. You know, he was popping the collar, wearing the different suede, the different colorways of the polo boots, right? You know, with the rugby shirts, just really going in. So he has a lot of those things. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen with that, man. Especially as we start getting into the fall, B.
Yeah. I as we're talking about getting into the fall, we need to fall into this portion of the show and who it's being sponsored by.
Talk to me.
So this portion of the show is sponsored by The Sphere. Are you starting a business or looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach thousands of people across the world to build your brand or to sell your product? If so, go get your product placement and advertisement needs handled right here at The Sphere. Now, we offer a wide variety of delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue coupled with your strategic ad is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv.
Listen, we need your coin.
Now, you know, you're so good, Kalen, with bringing original content and basically putting the listeners and the viewers up on game as far as what's happening in the fashion industry.
I appreciate it.
So just a second ago, we fell into some advertisement, but now let's talk about fall in and of itself, and some of the trends. I know today's look, we kind of wanted to do a retro fall look.
Yeah.
You know, we got our thrift jackets out. You know what I'm saying? Just showing you some different ideas of what you can do for the fall.
Yeah.
But speaking of, first of all, that is a very nice jacket.
I appreciate it, man.
Sir.
I appreciate it.
But let's get right into fall trends. Let's talk about jackets. What are some fall trends that men can start to look for in the stores right now, as it relates to jackets?
So I appreciate it, man. I'm glad you asked. And there's to be frank and just to be straightforward, quilted jackets.
Just be Kalen. Don't be Frank.
Don't be
Kalen.
Frank. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll be Kalen.
Kalen.
So to be Kalen and to be straightforward, quilted jackets, right? Quilted jackets are really, really coming in and going. I think are going to be all the rave this fall and this winter. Mm-hmm. Traditionally, quilted jackets are jackets that are nylon on the outside and have some sort of cotton, wool, and or are down once you get goose down feathers once you get to the higher end.
Yeah.
But you're gonna start seeing them not just in heavy winter coats. We're used to seeing quilted jackets and winter coats for the colder months, but I believe that they're gonna come really full circle in these fall months, and you'll even start seeing them in blazers, bro.
Yeah.
In sport coats.
That's nice.
That's what I'm excited about because it's something different, right? And something that you could wear as an outerwear or not as an outerwear piece, but kind of an ensemble piece, right? For your with some dope denim and some sick boots, right? Or some Chelsea boots and a nice band collar shirt up under it, a Mandarin collar shirt. I think would rock really, really well, man. And I'm super excited to talk about fall because it's my favorite time for fashion.
Me too.
Because of the textures,
and the layers,
the patterns.
You can do so much more,
man.
When it's hot, you look a shirt, some shorts, or some jeans.
Hey, bro, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. You know. But number 2 is fur and shearling collars.
Now talk about this because I saw this when you sent the run of the show today, and I was like, what is that exactly?
So we've seen it all, man. It's so I used to call it when they had an oatmeal on the collar, right? Because it's wool.
I know exactly what you're talking about, but I want to.
Yeah,
I love that. It reminds me of old school Top Gun, Tom Cruise. Look.
Absolutely.
When they were rocking on the
the aviator joints. So what it is it's when they put fur or shearling, some sort of a wool. When they say shearling, some sort of wool or texture like that on the lapel of a jacket, right? It provides a phenomenal what they call juxtaposition onto the simplicity of the jean jacket or of the piece, and it's for the winter. It's to keep the neck warm, so you don't necessarily need a scarf,
right?
Unless you're in like the stupid super cold parts of the world this fall. But again, it's a really simple element, and you want to when you pair these shearling jackets and collars with things, you just want to keep everything else simple. Because oftentimes sometimes it'll be on the collar, right? Or sometimes and it'll be in the cuffs, right? James Bond, so famously said the collar has to match the cuffs. And but he wasn't talking about shearling, he was talking about something else, some other type of hair.
Hey,
and so, listen, we gentlemen, we like to get a little too.
You understand what I'm saying?
But in all seriousness, it's a way to really just kind of spice up the look, and it's really coming back. Number 3 is graphic knitwear. Now it seems really simple, right? Graphic tees kind of inserted themselves earlier this spring 2017. They came back in certain sectors. Graphic tees never went anywhere, but they've kind of made a resurgence here, like really, really hard, not just in hip hop, popular culture, but in fashion altogether. And they're keeping that trend of a graphic tee, which is just something either pressed, stitched on or something within the knitwear, right? And so just some sort of dope graphic, kind of an ode to the 90s, how they used to have all of those.
I was say similar to the sweaters and sweatshirts that Kanye used to wear.
Absolutely, yeah. We talk about Polo with the bear. You know what I'm saying?
Falls right in line.
Perfect. That is a perfect example of that, man. Number 4, which is a unique one, and you can't see my legs today, but I'm kind of right. A lot of people aren't feeling this look, but it's
But that's what we did in college.
Yeah, it's the wider leg. It's not necessarily the wide leg trousers, but wider than the narrowing or the slimming that you and I prefer.
If you went to Express, Banana Republic, Gap, anytime between 1990 all the way up until 2006, maybe that's what they were selling.
Right. And and they're coming back. It's the wider leg.
Yeah.
I think when you start looking at the slimmer cuts and the slimmer legs, they used to be called European cut because the European cuts are a lot more tailored and tapered, and we being the Americans were kind of more into functionality than fashion, so you wanted it to be a little bit more loose. I mean, when you look at Levi Strauss, right? When they made the denim, when they first constructed jeans, they made them to be a work pant that was durable, but you could also be comfortable in, so they were wider, right? So the same thing. But now wide leg, not necessarily wide 30-inch bells or 24-inch bells, but wider than what's been the trend here lately the past 10 years. It's coming back, but I think it's important to note that it, in my humble opinion, IMO, in my opinion, I typically like the wider leg with a 1 or 2 inch cuff and cropped a little bit, showing some ankle, because it still allows you to kind of see some narrowing and slimming.
But now you got to remember, we're talking about fall wear, so showing the ankle in the fall might not be too conducive to the
weather.
Temperature.
So in certain places,
there are some nice boots that you can get.
Absolutely,
to go with that will make
absolutely.
That really nice.
If I
especially the ones with like the knit on there,
like from Taft. There was one company, they come up with the jack boot. You can even look at Southern Gents. They come in with their
Southern
new
Gent has nice
with their
ones.
new boots. You can look at so many different boots, man. Shout out to those brands. I'm super fond of them. But you're absolutely correct. A boot that comes past the ankle, right, to keep the ankle warm, with a quality full grain leather. Keep it tanned, and like you said, or something with a wool upper that cover the ankle to keep that heat in, man.
Yeah,
very,
especially for those guys that are like in New York and other places that really
north.
want to rock this look. Because I mean, even if you have that crop look with socks on, that cold air is gonna hit them ankles.
It is what it is. Yeah, pretty hard.
So that look, the boot will be pretty good. Number 5.
Yeah, go and tell us about number 5.
Unique suiting.
Yeah.
Now I'm not gonna tell you about it. I have what I know unique suiting to be, but the way you so eloquently explain things, I need you to break it down so that not only will they understand what unique suiting is, but they'll know how to rock it.
So unique suiting is simple. Traditional suiting is a shirt, and a suit is a jacket and pants of the same fabric and pattern. That's it, right? But when you start talking, and then you wear it with a button-down Oxford or Poplin shirt, you wear it with some hard-bottom shoes, some Oxfords or some cap toes or a double monk or monk strap shoes. But unique suiting allows you to play with it a little differently, right? So maybe with a unique suit, you want to put on a hoodie up under the jacket, or a t-shirt and some sneakers.
And
right?
this also goes back to what we talked about a few weeks ago in regards to the athleisure.
It does. It allows the athlete or the person who's not super comfortable wearing a full suit like you and I have on today, a shirt and tie. It allows them to express themselves, still be slightly formal yet slightly playful. But there are unique ways to play with it. You have guys now who are doubling their lapel pins on putting 2 and 3 lapel pins on the. I love it. It's not for every environment, obviously.
Right.
But when you out in the town, you're having a good time and you kicking it with your boys, or kicking it with your young lady, your significant other. Why not? Why not throw something on different? Put an off-colored hat. Like I have on a seersucker newsboy hat today, and I have nothing blue on.
Yeah,
that's a unique way to wear a suit because of the juxtaposition and the pattern mixing that the fall allows us to do. Right.
Yeah. So number 6, and this is a trend that I've seen. I think a lot of people started really picking it back up last season, but it's becoming more and more prevalent. I see a lot of different people doing this, but we're talking about fall wear as it relates to oversized proportions. Now, when you're talking about oversized proportions, we're looking at things such as tees, jackets, sweatshirts. I've seen a lot of people doing this with the nice Versace button-up, silk lace shirts,
right?
Or also nice sweatshirts. Some of the sweatshirts aren't as fitted as they used to be.
Absolutely,
they hang a little bit more, but they still do it not just with an oversized jacket and jeans. They kind of pick and choose.
And that's the key, B. That's the key. Like if you're gonna wear the oversized jacket or you're gonna wear the oversized sweater, then the pants they can't be oversized as well, right? Because then you're just gonna look like you slouchy and you just don't know how your clothes are supposed to fit, right? So you want to have it be proportional. At some point, somewhere, something needs to show your silhouette, right? Oversized doesn't show your silhouette; it kind of engulfs you. And you saw this; it became increasingly popular, and I have to give credit and honor to whom honor is due with Kanye season 1.
Yeah.
You know, the oversized sweatshirts
Yeah.
with the fatigue pant. The
People weren't getting it then. They weren't understanding
getting
it.
it,
It took
but
them a
now-
second to kind of.
But and let me give you guys a little tip, and I don't know if you've ever paid attention to this, but let me give everyone a little tip. When you want to know what's on trend, like I don't advocate being 100% trendy when it comes to fashion, because stuff goes in and then it goes out, and then you know it might not ever come back in, so you waste your money.
Do what works for you.
Yeah, for sure. And so I love dressing with trendy elements, but not building your wardrobe on trendy elements. Building your wardrobe to me should be using classic pieces, and you insert trendy elements into it so that you can wear it over time.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ever want to know what the on trend is, go to fast fashion stores like an H&M, a Zara, or a Forever 21. The reason I say that is because unfortunately to a lot of people, they copy what's coming out from the major designers who are setting the trends. They'll copy the Balmains and the Lanvins
Just at a more affordable price.
just at a way more affordable price. That, you know what I'm saying? And so if you want to know what the new trend is, go to these stores. And 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, when you would go to these stores, all you saw was the oversized stuff. That's
Right.
all you saw, because people were copying Yeezy season 1.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And also, let me throw this in
Season
there.
2.
Let me throw this in there so you can kind of help people with this as well. When you're doing the oversized look, how many sizes over what you would normally wear is before you get to you're overdoing
So
it?
honestly, the oversized is still going to come in the traditional small, medium, large, extra large, because what it's going to do is it's going to fit the silhouette of the shoulders. It's like for a top. It's not. It's the bail or how it comes down the bodice, which is going to be oversized, but the shoulder size is going to be the same because it has to lay right. You know what I'm
But
saying?
some people think, and I'm just making sure that we're helping people out. Some people are thinking, oh, well, if I wear a large, let me go get a 2X or a 3X. It has to be the kind of. I mean, a lot of these stores, it's an oversized look, but it's a cut that they have too.
Absolutely.
That's technically oversized. It's not just, this is just a couple sizes bigger than.
No, because if it's a couple sizes too big, no doubt. Because if it's a couple sizes too big, then you're just wearing something that looks too big.
Exactly. I just want to clarify that you have to actually. It's an oversized look, but it's a cut and it's a style that is quote unquote oversized. Just like you have a Euro cut or you have this. Make sure you're going somewhere that sells that.
Agreed,
man. Last but not least, now this is one of my favorites. I'm actually looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
80s and 90s. Athletic jumpsuits, the velours. Go ahead and talk about that, man, because that's surprisingly, but not surprisingly, it's coming back in. And for those of you during that bad boy stage, you already know the Adidas suit, or even before bad boy stage, we can take it back to Run DMC.
Yeah, man.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, 80s and 90s, man.
But Diddy kind of really reintroduced that velour look, that Sean John. Everybody, if you didn't have a Sean John velour suit, then it was kind of like, what are you doing?
Yeah, listen, shout out to Carl Kanai, the innovator.
Yeah.
The innovator of urban wear. FUBU, all of these guys, Adidas. You mentioned cross colors earlier.
Yes, sir.
These kinds of timing when it was like super popping in the hood, in urban culture. You know, you really want to pay attention to the 80s and 90s wear, right? What's happening is it's coming back, but it's coming back not in terms of TLC, where everything was super colorful and crazy, but it's coming back really intelligently. You can see them in stuff like the athletic jumpsuits, right? You can see them in the windbreak. Oh, the nylon windbreakers are coming back, bro.
Yeah.
I'm so hype about the nylon windbreakers, son.
Yeah,
You've already seen the 5-panel hats come back, and the snapback's been back for a decade now.
And for us here in Houston, the nylon windbreakers are going to be right on the money.
Right on the money, because we don't get super cold out here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it gives you something additional to wear besides sweats and jean jackets. Speaking of something additional, if you want to add something additional to your bank account, this portion of the show is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance.
Ching-ching.
Did you know that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education? 33%, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, 33% don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month, and 39% of adults say they don't have enough savings. Don't become one of these statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Say that fast 4 times. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance at 1-844-700-4463, or you can email them at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask us how you can participate in complimentary financial literacy workshops near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services.
Listen, thank you guys at Houston Housewives of Finances, our good friends over here at G is for Gentlemen. You know, we ended before you went to that break, man, talking about 80s and 90s wear, and it's so easy to find.
Yeah.
You go to any thrift store, any resale shop. You don't even.
Let me put you on some more game. Burlington Coat Factory,
Bruh.
Ross, Marshalls.
Yeah, man.
You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you don't have to break an arm and a leg to go find a lot of these vintage pieces, man. So I'm super hyped and excited. Even stuff like denim joggers, right? Like AC Slater used to wear. You see what I'm saying? Silk shirts, the patchwork shirts, man. The patchwork jumpers.
But just make sure you don't have the pockets like AC that he had the big square pockets.
No. You don't want them to be pleated. That's that's actually a very good point. That's actually a very good point. The pleated look, we're not there yet. You know, but at least the denim joggers, man, we are there.
Yeah.
And as we move forward, man, as we talk about where fashion is headed,
Where are you headed?
listen, I'm headed to this to the style gods, right? Up to the sky. Take a journey with me.
Ladies and
Close your
gentlemen,
eyes.
this is the portion of the program where we would like to ask you to send donations in. Mental health is real. Okay? And as you can see, Senor Wapo, he needs your help.
Listen, so take a journey with me. up to
Okay,
the style
I got you.
gods,
Where we
right?
going?
So I'm gonna tell you where we're headed. We're headed up to the style guys to ask them, what exactly should we do when it comes to headgear? You have a beautiful fedora, beautiful cranberry, Fedora, fedora. Beauty, try to play me, sucker. Beautiful fedora on.
Okay, getting your
Sucker. My 1976 on.
Ain't no jive, turkey.
Yeah. Gobble gobble. So.
Oh my God! See, just when I thought.
So the style deities, the divine style gods, they
All
came
right,
to
Michael
me.
Eric Dyson, let's go.
They came to me, and
What did they say?
gave me a few rules about what a true gentleman. Listen, this is just for gentlemen.
I got you.
What a true gentleman is supposed to do as it relates to how to wear his hat and headgear. Right. Number 1, a gent is expected to remove his hat when he enters the room. Now, he didn't have to remove it all the time while he's in the room, but when he removes it, you see the movies, they tip their hat. They take it off.
Now, what about when you see the gentleman doing like this? Is that
That's tipping, and it's like a nod. That's like a
so?
hello.
Basically, you should.
Yeah.
How are you, man?
Yeah, but a tip is fine too.
I got
it. It acknowledges. It's just an old. Now these are old world rules that show that you're a man of culture, right? And it's something good to know. So number 1, remove your hat when you come in the room, right? Remove it. You can put it back on depending upon the culture of the environment that you're in, right? But at least remove it. Number 2, a gentleman removes his hat when inside, except in what's called the pass-through, right? So when he's inside, he takes the hat off. But if he's going through the hall or if it's in a public domain, he can put it back on, right? That's kind of a general rule. Number 3, gentlemen are to remove their hats during the singing and or the playing of the national anthem. Now this one is kind of controversial right now. These cats don't even want to stand
understand
anymore.
that.
And you know, and to be frank, I kneel with you, Colin Kaepernick and everyone else that's protesting. I agree. But for those
Because of the reason behind it, not
of the
because
reason
we
behind
want to
it.
show disrespect to the flag. We love this country.
Yeah.
We were born in this country, but at the end of the day, we don't like
What's going
some
on?
of the things that are happening
for
in
sure,
this country.
for sure. But for those of you who do not want to kneel, which is 100% your right, right? When you have your headgear on, take it off. Out of respect, take it off. If you're gonna stand, if you're gonna put your hand over your heart, just take your hat off really quick at the ball game, before the kickoff, but before whatever's about to happen is going to happen, and then you can put it right back on.
And as we go into number 4, I believe this is something that a lot of gentlemen probably didn't understand. When you're on an elevator and a lady enters the elevator, you take your hat off. Hey, to all my single guys out there that love to look fly and rock your hats and do what you do. If you want to catch the attention of a young lady and you're on the elevator, a lot of you guys are in corporate America and, you know, work in businesses and places where there's a number of businesses in one specific building. take your hat off when you're on the elevator and a young lady enters, whether it's a young lady or older lady, whoever it is. Allow them to understand that you are cultured and you understand what it means to, respect the opposite sex as you're traveling whatever floor you're going to. I guarantee you that will not only give you respect, but it shows that you know how to respect others. And
even when, as number 5 says, even when approaching a young lady, take your hat off. Yeah. And the psychology behind that, B, I don't know if our listeners, I know you are aware of this. I don't know if our listeners and our viewers are aware of this fact, but historically, hair has been linked with power, prominence, and providence, right? How much kind of your status was related to the length of your hair historically. It's not that way anymore, right?
Yeah.
When you look at one of the old biblical tales of Samson, his power was in his
all
hair,
the way back from biblical
right?
days.
When you look at ancient Egypt and ancient Ethiopia, when you read the scrolls over in Mali, in Timbuktu, they talk about the length of the hair being a symbol of power.
You go even further than that, and back into when you're looking at the Native Americans.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The hair was a symbol
if you cut their hair, man, it was just a sign of disrespect.
That's why they scalped you, right?
Your
to
hair
take away your power.
Yeah.
And so
honor.
Your honor. When you take your hat off, you're showing the young lady how traditionally, right? This is
we got a lot of people that are
how powerful you are,
follically challenged.
Yeah, well, I'm follicularly challenged as well. You know what I'm saying?
Did I say it wrong?
Yeah, you said follically. It's follicularly, but it's
follicularly.
I
apologize.
And so,
please forgive me.
And so it's just these are elements of culture that are really refined, that really show that you are on another level, that really take you over the top, and it's even more. And we need to get into this on a later show. It's even much more. What's the word I'm looking for? Much more appealing, and it just excites you more when a young lady understands why you did it, because she's of the same cultural status.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So number 6, a gentleman is to remove his hat before sitting at the dinner table, and I think this one is most. I would think most people know it.
Oh, I had grandmothers, mothers, and even my wife at times.
Take your hat off at the table.
Take your hat off.
Yeah. Yes. And so it's just a sign of respect.
That's traditionally ingrained in a lot of people.
Yeah. And so these are some rules that I think that are really, really good. And if you want to go more into detail with them, hit my blog up at www.seniorwapo713.com. I have a post that outlines all of this in detail. Even the types of hats that we see, it kind of goes into it. It even talks about the facial structures on what hats go with what types of face. Like you have a diamond face, you have an oblong face, you kind of have a round face or a square face. Like these are the kind of the 4 facial structures, and then certain hats look better with certain ones, right? So go to that blog post, man, and check it out. And we want you guys to get the information that you know. And before we leave, B, I kind of I would love to talk about kind of. We some king, we gentlemen, but we also some kings, and kings must have culture, right? This is the reason for this show.
Yes, sir.
And one of the things this in my playlist really culturally sound right now is his brother, and I know you heard this record. This brother by the name of Daniel Caesar, right? Mm-hmm. Get You is like, that's my joint, man. Daniel Caesar, Get You is my record. I also love Blessed, and I also love Best Part featuring SZA.
Listen, SZA,
anything featuring SZA is bananas.
She's killing the game right now, man.
She's killing it. But this Daniel Caesar cat is a young brother out of Toronto, man, who's really like 20.
Toronto really comes through on the music, man.
But it's crazy diverse up there.
Yeah.
It like you know what I'm saying? It's crazy diverse. So you want to check out Daniel Caesar, man, and what he has. His latest record is called Freudia. It's a love. It's just really smooth grooves and
melodic.
Mellow. Yeah, melodic. But also with Culture Kings, I love a good libation.
Yeah.
I love a good drink. Yeah. I love a good cocktail, man. And the thing that I'm on right now, brother, it's this thing called, and you're gonna appreciate this one, because with your deep Alabama and Georgia roots, right?
I am a Southern boy.
Listen, and I'm a Southern boy too, but you're really gonna appreciate this one because you talk about it all the time, and that's sweet tea, but it's with a twist.
Okay.
It's called apple bourbon sweet tea.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Apple bourbon sweet tea.
So what does that taste like?
So it's just sweetened tea with apple pie infused or apple infused bourbon, right? And I love a good Jim Beam. Like the Jim Beam apple bourbon to me is perfect. It's crisp. It's full bodied. It's not going to overwhelm you, overwhelm the sweet tea. You throw a little lemon juice in a cocktail shaker, right? Shake it up real good. Cover with a lid, and then pour it out. Serve it chilled over rocks, and then put a sprig in there or throw a little garnishment. It's a perfect fall drink. Perfect. So bourbon is kind of an all year drink, but it's more celebrated in the fall, right? Because it's a little heavier, a little warmer taste because of how it's aged with some honey and molasses. And so that's kind of synonymous with cold air and cold weather. But you throw the apple overtones with it and the apple notes in it. It makes it really crisp, and it's perfect for fall because fall is kind of transitional. You understand what I'm saying? And so it's kind of a transitional drink, not quite cognac or French Connection. Right. You know what I mean? But it's very, very much in between, and it's not as strong. And this is a brown liquor drink, a brown drink that women can get involved with. A lot of ladies don't really want to get involved with that brown.
They don't do the dark.
No, they don't do that dark.
Nah, I know a few that do.
Yeah, but in more ways than one. But I digress. So, but listen, that apple bourbon sweet tea, man, you guys have to try that drink. Get you some sweet tea, homemade sweet tea. And when I say homemade sweet tea, I'm not talking about Lipton. I'm talking about get you the bag, put it on the stove with the hot water, let it sit. Old school, baby.
Or throw it
in the sun, get aged with the sun. Put some saran wrap over that.
Nothing
Come on,
like
bro.
that bagged Lipton's sweet tea that you let sit in that pot.
Not that pre-made
old
stuff.
pot that you got from the bottom of
the joint
of the shelf.
Yeah,
get that. Yeah, that'll do it right.
See, I took you back right there.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
You did.
Listen, at G's for Gentlemen, we are super excited that you guys stayed with us this whole time and have been here throughout these 6 months that we've been on air. We want to keep continuing to bring you content. And really enlightening you on what this playlist behind is killing. I'm done, Elijah. But shout out to our producer Elijah, man. He's a fantastic young man.
Yes, he is.
But we want to continue to bring you fantastic content, man. Make sure you're praying and praying for the folks who have been affected by the hurricanes and supporting the relief efforts all over this country.
Tragedies of any kind all over.
Yeah, supporting the relief efforts. I know that. Go ahead and hit our Instagram at Senior Wapo 713 or Bmont at what Bmont?
Real Bmont.
Real Bmont. We have an initiative that we're supporting for A-Leaf ISD right now. We want you guys to go into into. So visit us on our Instagrams. And remember this final thought.
Yes, sir.
You can keep it gangster.
You can keep it gentlemanly.
But always keep it G.
Yes, sir.